When Tony said he wanted to talk to me, my heart broke because I expected him to tell me it was over between us. When he pulled me into the men's room, I didn't know what to expect. And then when he lifted my dress to reveal the fact that I wasn't wearing panties, I nearly fainted. I can only imagine what he was thinking, and at that moment, I felt like such a fallen and cheating wife. When he told me to go home and wait for him, I remember how it sounded. The way he behaved scared me to the core. I knew I had to listen to him to save our marriage and make him understand why I did this. I have to fix this and just agree to whatever he says. Then, when he said he was going to talk to Josh alone, I was afraid for him. Josh is much larger than Tony, and with 8 years of Marine training, I was afraid that Tony might get hurt. I wanted to tell him not to do this, but I was confused. I tried to apologize, but Tony just told me again to go home and that he would be there soon. Then, when he told me not to change my clothes, I realized that I was in trouble and that it would be difficult for me to explain my actions. How did I let Josh talk me into this? I didn't want him in my life. I just wanted to relive old times and have some fun, but looking at it from Tony's point of view, I looked like I was about to have sex with Josh. Crap. How can I fix this? I felt like everyone was looking at me as I walked through the restaurant to my car. I didn't dare look at Josh, and I knew he was wondering where I was going. It took me a few minutes before I stopped crying enough to drive home. It was the longest trip I remember. Seeing the pain in Tony's eyes made me cry again. How could I do this to him? I can't believe I let Josh manipulate me like that. And somehow, I have to get Tony to understand and forgive me. Damn, I'm so screwed right now. And it's all because of Josh and my stupidity. When I got home, I put on the coffee and sat there wondering what happened to their conversation. How long will it be before Tony comes home? Will he yell at me? Can I save our marriage? I need it. I don't want to live without Tony, and he needs to know that he is the only one I love and want in my life. I went back to the table and chatted with Josh. Well, it looks like Jen won't be coming back, and I just wanted to chat with you. I'm sure you know that Jen still has feelings for you and is easily manipulated, as you have seen both today and over the past few weeks. But you have to understand that she is married to me, and I am not going to share with her. I'm not a possessive or reckless person, so today I'll give Jen a choice. Stay in our marriage or leave me for you, but not together. She will make this decision on her own, without your influence. May the best man win, and if she wants you, then so be it. But if she wants to stay in our marriage, she will no longer contact you. If you don't hear from her today, I'll expect you to never call or text her again. Do you understand what I am talking about? Listen, dude, I'll call or text her whenever I want. She is a grown woman and makes her own decisions. She doesn't belong to you. I can guarantee one thing, she will be with me again eventually. She can't resist the memories of our sex with her. Sorry, but you'll have to live with it, he said again, with the same smirk. Oh, Josh, I hope you will be a reasonable person. I mean, you're a handsome guy, big and muscular. I'm sure there are hundreds of single women who would love to have you. Why can't guys like you just leave married women alone? You see, Josh, you may be a big macho, nice guy to whom Jen still has feelings, but you underestimate me. Look, Josh, you don't know what I do for a living or who I hang out with, and that, my friend, is your first mistake. I know everything about you and what you did. By the way, how are your parents, Michael and Ingrid? They really love their 2 dogs, Casey and Mickey, don't they? You know it's been over 4 years since you saw your sister Kate in Austin, and her 3 daughters are getting older and would love to see their Uncle Josh. Oh, and your best friend Billy's girlfriend is pregnant and having a boy. I don't think she's told him yet, but I'm sure he'll be delighted. I read all your text messages to Jen, and I have to say that you are persistent. Look, you may be a big dangerous dude, but the friends I have in my work are ruthless and owe me a lot. Now I grinned at him. Like you said, she can't resist you, but tonight we'll see who's the better man. Does she want a macho loser like you, or will she stay true to our 5-year marriage? See, Josh, I'm going to be objective. I'll give her a choice. Her choice will be simple. She can choose to be with you and leave me and our marriage, and if that is her choice, I will respect it and wish you both the best. I will not live with a woman who wants another man, and I will not share her. It will hurt. But I'd rather let her go now and move on. Now, on the other hand, if she decides to remain faithful, there will be some changes for her after her trick with you today. You two have damaged my level of trust, and it will need to be restored. As for you, if she stays with me, you won't contact her anymore. This means no text messages, no emails, no phone calls, and no contact with friends. You will disappear from her life. If you walk into a restaurant and see her there, you will turn and walk away. If you're at a party or a club and you see her, you'll leave. You will not do anything behind my back or try to contact her because the pain you will experience will be like nothing you have experienced before. Your loved ones will pay for your stupidity. Do you understand what I said? Do you understand how serious I am? Josh sat there with a stunned expression on his face, not knowing what to think. How the hell do you know so much about my family and my life? Like I said, I have a lot of friends who owe me a favor, and those friends are not the people you want to get involved with. I may seem like a meek guy, but let's just say there's more to me than what you see. Are you really going to offer her a chance to leave you for me? I am a man of my word. Yes, if she were any other woman who showed me such disrespect as she did with you today, I would have kicked her out and ruined her already. But I love this woman, and I will give her one chance, and one chance only. If you are right, and she cannot resist you, then by midnight tonight she will contact you and be yours. The other choice is to forget you, keep my wedding vows, and remain my faithful wife. If she stays with me, you will be dead to her, and you will no longer interfere in our marriage. Tony, I hope you keep your word about letting us live in peace, because I think she will want to be with me. That's what she told me, and I know how much she wants me, Josh said, trying to sound confident and responsible. This guy was cocky, but I had to wonder if he was right. I'll find out soon enough. I got up to leave and said, I hope I never have to hear your name again, or do anything I'd rather not do. But we'll see soon. As I was leaving, the man in the shadows stood up, gave Josh a long, angry look, and then left a minute after me. Josh received a message that I had a bodyguard and that he may have misclassified me as an innocent, meek husband. I drove home wondering if this woman I loved so much would ever be in my bed again. Will she choose him and leave me, or will she remain true to her vows? When I entered the house, it was quiet. She sat nervously at the kitchen table, drinking coffee with tears in her eyes. I poured myself a cup and sat down at the table opposite her. Jen, I know everything, including all your text messages to Josh. Before you ask me how I know, just keep in mind that I have a lot of friends from my business relationships who owe me several favors, and these are people you'd rather not meet. Now, I know you're sorry, so please don't say anything because it's meaningless to me at the moment. You betrayed my love, and today you did something that I never expected and never thought you were capable of. By putting him in front of me today, you showed your disrespect for me as your husband. You know me, and I will not live with a woman who does not respect me, our vows, and the sanctity of our marriage. You know there are a lot of people who think that the definition of a cheating spouse is only when the spouse sleeps with her lover. Some people think that kissing is not cheating. But in my world, the mere thought of being with another man is a lie. Kisses and caresses go far beyond deception and are unacceptable. The conversations you had with Josh, the sexy dress you wore without a bray, exposing yourself. Your suggestion is that you come without panties. The way you sat together, holding hands. In my eyes, all this separately, and especially all together, is treason. You gave your love and attention to a man outside of our marriage. Yes, obviously there was no kissing, and that is the only reason we are still communicating and having this conversation. You should know that I will never share you with anyone, and I will not put up with a cheating wife. I know how close you were with Josh, and I understand that you still have feelings for him. However, I also know that you are married to me, and I can tell you without a doubt that I will not share you with him or anyone else. The reason I haven't kicked you out yet is because I love you madly and will do anything to keep us together. However, before I go any further, I have a question, and don't lie, as I may already know the answer. While you were sitting with him without panties, did he touch you? Has he or anyone else in our marriage ever touched you there? No, I swear, never. No one has ever done this. Only you. But you were willing to let him do it today, am I right? She lowered her head and began to cry again. I don't know. I didn't mean to do this. No, I'm so sorry about all of this. I'm such an idiot. Please forgive my stupidity, Tony. Well, if he had touched you there, this conversation would have been over. It appears that, other than a few handshakes and a few text messages, nothing happened to end our marriage, although I am disappointed in your actions. Tell me, why did you wear this dress, flaunting your charms? Tell me the truth, did you plan to seduce him and get him into bed? Oh God, no. I would never do this. It's hard to explain, but I just wanted to look sexy for him and relive some of my old feelings. I know it was stupid and I was being selfish, but he just has a way of getting me to do things. I never intended to sleep with him. You have to believe me. Jen, I want to believe it, but everything you did today brings me to a serious question that I want answered. I told you that I would never share you with another man. I also will not marry a woman who is in love with another man and wants to be with him. I'm going to give you a choice, and I want you to think carefully about it, because once you choose, I will never again accept betrayal or disrespect from you. I know you love me, and I understand your past feelings for Josh, which is why I'm going to give you a choice. I want you to choose between Josh and your marriage. If you want to be with him, I will let you go. I will treat you fairly in the divorce and allow you both to live in safety without any retaliation. Or you can stay in our marriage, remain faithful to me, and honor your wedding vows. A simple choice with long-term consequences. Now, if you choose Josh, I will ask you to leave the house with your belongings by the weekend, and I will immediately begin divorce proceedings. If you want to stay married, you will not be involved with Josh again. Not today, not ever. This means he will be dead to you. I then proceeded to lay out the same demands I had told Josh, to never be in the same place at the same time, and what I would know if that happened. She agreed without any hesitation. So Jen, today you have a get-out-of-jail card. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You have to choose between your ex-lover and your loving husband. I'm going to take a shower, and when I get back, I need an answer. Choose wisely. More before I left the kitchen, she blurted out, Of course I choose you, honey. I love you and don't want anyone else. Jen, you betrayed me today. I heard what you just said, but I want you to sit here for a while and think about it carefully. If we stay married, you will need to rebuild the trust we once had. You will also need to help me overcome the pain and anger you have caused, which will not be easy. Take your time and give me your answer after I get back. Given your actions today and your feelings for Josh, this is too big a decision for you to just make without some deep inner reflection, I said, leaving her crying with her head in her hands. I took my time showering and getting dressed, and when I returned to the kitchen, she ran up to me, hugged me, and kissed me. Tony, I will never leave you, and I will never do anything like that again. I promise I will make it up to you and be the perfect wife. I'm your wife, and I want your children, so please don't leave me. You are the only man in my life. I love you, she said, kissing me and holding me tighter than ever before. We kissed and hugged each other for a few minutes, and then I carried her to our bed and had my wife back. My anger drove my actions as I sexually assaulted this beautiful woman, and she gave herself completely to me. I love you, Tony. Please take me. Then she pulled me closer and kissed me tenderly. I made love to her for a long time, and with ecstasy. We reached sweet heights together, and then hugged each other silently for an hour until the world around us faded away. We were husband and wife again, and we both knew that nothing would ever come between us again. The next day, Josh reflected, Crap. She didn't call me, so I guess she decided to stay with this idiot. I cannot believe this. The way we got along and the way she acted really made me think she would want to stay with me. I know that if I had been able to get her into bed that day, she would have left Tony in a heartbeat. As soon as I can do this, she will be mine again. Her husband really ruined my plans. Who is this guy and how does he know so much about me and my family? Well, I'm not done yet, and I think I can get her back. Sorry, Tony, but you're going to lose this girl. A few days later, idiot Josh finally got the idea to text Jen, trying to convince her to leave me and be with him, which didn't surprise me. The good news was that Jenna showed me a text message and didn't respond to it. I told her that I had already seen his message and was glad she didn't respond, and told her that showing me the text was a smart step towards repairing our trust issues. The next day I texted Josh, asking if his parents had managed to find Casey and Mickey. Josh immediately called his parents and found out how hurt they were when they discovered they were missing. Josh realized he had hurt them by getting involved with Jen after Tony warned him not to. I made them disappear for a few days, under good supervision, just so Josh knew how serious I was. Josh called me back right after talking with his parents. What the hell? What did you do? They better be alive, or I swear I'll kill you, you bastard. Well, Josh, you won't be able to kill anyone. If anyone is going to die, it's you, my friend. I warned you not to mess with Jen, but you did. I also told you that if you get involved with her, you will feel pain like you've never felt before. The first time it's just a little shake-up. Now I'm sure the dogs will be back soon, but let me be clear. This is your last warning. Never contact Jen again. Have I made myself clear? Yes, but they better come back in good shape. Josh, because you ignored my words, I will do whatever the hell I think is necessary, and you will have to deal with the results of my actions. Now, since you just threatened me, they may come back in good shape, or they may not come back at all. I haven't decided yet, but your tone doesn't make me feel merciful. In fact, now I'm not even sure they'll come back. How does that sound, idiot? I wonder if Mom and Dad should know why their precious puppies went missing. Maybe I should call them. What do you think about this, idiot? Okay, I'm sorry. Please return them and I will stay away, I promise. That's better. But next time it won't be the dogs that disappear. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Accepted, I understand. I promise, I will stay out of her life and you won't hear from me again. So when will they be back? They'll just be home soon. Josh, you know I'm 1,000 miles away. I can't control everything and these people I'm involved with have their own opinions, but I'll talk to them and see what I can do. Josh, I really hope we never have to have a conversation again, because next time we don't, you'll be dealing with much bigger issues. At 3 o'clock the next night, Josh's distraught parents cried tears of joy as their beloved dogs barked on their porch. They never knew what happened, where they were, or that it was their son who hurt them. Josh heard the news and was relieved when the dogs returned. He even sent me a one-word message after we returned them that said, "Thank you." Josh finally realized the situation, stayed away from Jen, and found a job in another city several hours away. He tried to find out more about Tony, but was never able to find out more than the public information that Tony was just a financial advisor. Josh realized that the information about Tony was sealed and decided to move on and start a new life without his old flame. As long as Josh was alive, I knew there was a chance he could come back into her life. So 2 weeks after the incident, I gave Jen a post-nuptial agreement prepared by my lawyer. According to her, she agreed to give up everything, including the rights to all children born to us during our marriage, due to any infidelity. Of course, it couldn't prevent a repeat of her last encounter with Josh, but she had enough incentive to think about the consequences. Between my new attention to her and her realization that I will constantly check in on her, along with the post-nuptial agreement, we will weather any future storms that may come our way. About a year later, Jen became pregnant with their first child, and the couple were now closer than ever. Jen realized how close she was to ruining her life and dedicated herself to making Tony happy and strengthening her family. No one mentioned Josh anymore, and it was as if he never existed. One day could have broken everything forever, but Tony's love and attitude towards crap saved their marriage. Subscribe to our channel so that your second chaff doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one.